Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Friday afternoon. I already went out and did my shopping, and I went to the bank. I was thinking, oh, if I'm going out on Monday, I could do the banking on Monday. But it's like, I'm going to be right next to a bank, and if I go and make a deposit of some of the money from the craft show 2 weeks ago, then I can do my mileage as a business deduction. So, went to the bank, went to the store, had a cashier with a really bad attitude. So I was so glad to get home and play with yarn. And we have a school bus backing up out there doing the beep beep sound. So he's all done backing up now. Now we should have quiet. I finished something. I was working on a project yesterday. It's on the bigger side. So it was the only thing I finished in the last 24 hours. But it's so cute. This is a free pattern that I found on Instagram. It's called Sadie the Puppy by Sweet Fluffy Stitches on Instagram. And their puppy is done in a plush yarn. I am drowning in worsted weight yarn. So I made my puppy in worsted weight yarn. So there is Sadie the puppy. You know what? I can virtually guarantee you this is going to sell at tomorrow's craft show. Just, it's so cute. It is supposed to have a collar. I didn't make the collar. I figured if somebody says, oh, I wish it had a collar, I'll have yarn with me. I can just whip up a collar. So when I came home from shopping today, I was like, okay, I need to load the car. But first I needed to finish the puppy so I could do the video and show you the puppy. And then I will load the car so I could make the video before I get all sweaty and all that from making 10 trips out to the car taking stuff out. That's the plan. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I was watching a movie on YouTube, and I finished up the puppy in the first half of the movie. So then I started making a duck in the second half. And this is the duck I finished yesterday. It's also a free pattern on Instagram by Crocheted by Elle. The duck that I'm working on now, I think I'm down to this point on the body. So once the car is loaded, I should be able to finish that up probably before dinner. I have to make sure I take that to the show tomorrow too. The show tomorrow. I was crunching some numbers. I was collecting information from my various spreadsheets. When I go to a show, I have a page. Sorry, it's been a long day already. I have a page where I write in the description of what was purchased, the time, and then a running total of how much I've sold for the day. And I compare that total against this 4-page list I have of the 134, I think it's 134. I don't have the list with me right now. The 134 shows that I have done in the last 11 years. Now, this show that I've done at this nursery, I did twice before. I did it in 2021, and at the time, I think it was a top 10 show. Since then, it has been pushed down to 13th place. I had $287.50 in sales. Okay. Then I did it again in 2023. So I did it last year. Same venue, but this time I only had $154 in sales. Since it's a basket donation only, I don't count it as having a table fee. So $154 in sales put it in 31st place out of the 130 something shows that I've done. And that was actually an above average show, because of all those shows, my average in sales is only $126. Early off, I was doing like any show that I could come up with, and there were a lot of shows where I did not make back my table fee. There are a couple shows where I sold absolutely nothing. And there are probably a dozen or more shows where my final net was in the negative. So this show has been above average the 2 times that I've done it. I was looking at my figures for September. If I have $145.50 in sales at this show, it will make this my best September ever. Okay? I've had a few sales on Etsy that have helped along with that. My highest number of Etsy sales in any given September is 10. And right now I'm at 9 Etsy sales for September. So if I get one more sale, I'll be tied for my best. And what was the other thing I was going to say? The total dollar amount sold on Etsy, I'm nowhere near hitting the high that I had before, because over half of my sales this month, excuse me, I think I need a nap. I really wanted to take a nap this afternoon, but I was like, no, I've got too much to do. I got to get the car loaded. I got to make a video. I got to finish this dog. I got to finish this duck. Yeah, I probably should have taken a nap, but that means I will sleep better. I'll be very tired tonight. I will sleep better and get a good night's sleep before the show. That's the plan. Okay. So, Etsy sales, lots of pattern sales. So my Etsy total dollar amount isn't really measuring up to where it was before. And I goofed on one sale that I made where I did not calculate the postage very well. And I think I lost money on that order, but live and learn. You know, Etsy keeps telling you, oh, customers don't want to pay $6 in shipping. You need to adjust your prices so that you give them a lower shipping. Well, if they're ordering something that's really big, people know that it takes, okay. Because of the size of the Aleosaurus, it's going to be a couple pounds. You got to find a box big enough to fit this without, damaging the neck. And then you've got to put the wrapping around it and all that. And it's going to cost more than $6 to ship this. Well, Etsy is saying, oh, well, you should, wrap the shipping costs into the price of it so that you can offer better prices for shipping. Etsy. So now Etsy is saying, oh, you have to change your shipping prices or else you're not going to be seen. Like, we're going to give a higher visibility score to shops who don't charge $6 for shipping. If I charged $6 for shipping for that, I would lose money on shipping. They're not making it easy for us. Okay. I got off on a rabbit trail with that rant. Okay, so if I sell $145 at this show, it will be my best September ever. 154 will match last year. 287.50 will match the first time I did this show. And $314.50 will put it into the top 10 show of all the 130 something shows that I've done to date. So those are my numbers. It's like, here is the mess over to my side, is the mess of inventory that has to go out to the car now. It's still packed up from the last show. I just have a few things to add, and they're nearby, so I'm going to be doing a show with my friend Joanna. We are going to have fun. There will be a lot of laughter. There will be a lot of inside jokes. And there'll be a lot of people. I'll get to say hi to people. Hopefully there will be a lot of compliments where people look at your stuff and say, wow, you made all this stuff? Wow. Hopefully there'll be a lot of that and less of the, oh, don't buy that. Grandma can make that for you. Or, what's the other one? The parents pulling their kids away saying, come on, you don't need this junk. Less of those, more of the people who appreciate the work that goes into this. Yep. Less of the snippy cashier that I had today. Oh, she was a doozy. She didn't like the fact that I brought in canvas bags. Sorry, this is a part of New York State that you don't do plastic bags anymore, and I'm not paying 5 cents per bag to get a paper bag when I have lots and lots of reusable canvas bags. She's like, I hate these bags. And she was literally throwing stuff into the bags. And then she used a swear word. And she was very disrespectful towards the front end supervisor who came over and told her it was time for her break. And she just had such an attitude. And she messed up my order, and I had to go up to the service desk and get it corrected. It's okay. I'm home now. I can play with yarn. And the next time I go back to that store, I'm not ever going through her line again. Uh-oh, no way. I shop at so many different stores that it's unusual for me to see a cashier and recognize and remember whether it's a good cashier or a bad cashier. There are a couple at the closest Tops, the closest grocery store, next town over. There are a couple like, oh, I don't want to go through her line. There's one who is very, very picky about coupons, and another one who's just not, she doesn't talk to you when she's just like, don't bother me, I'm working, I'm scanning this stuff. A lot of cashiers will, do a little bit of pleasant conversation as they're ringing your stuff up. Nope, this one's just like, don't bother me, I'm working. You came here for yarn stuff, and here I am complaining about cashiers in the grocery store. Okay. It is time for me to go load up my car so that I can get back to crafting. So, wish me luck for tomorrow's show. You've heard the numbers. I might be able to do a video and unboxing tomorrow, because Lori had sent me a package earlier this week, and The tracking says that it's in Buffalo. So hopefully it will get from Buffalo to my post office, to my house tomorrow. I'll know at 7 o'clock tomorrow when I get my informed delivery email. So if there is a package coming, I'm going to be telling my husband, you don't go anywhere today. You wait and listen for the mail jeep because there's a package coming. You get that package. Get it safely into the house because it's yarn. Get it safe. Okay. That's it for my ramblings today. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. If not, definitely Sunday when I've had a chance to recover from like unloading the car, setting up, sitting there all day, breaking down, loading the car back up, coming home, unloading the car again. Let's see. We've got a week. I might be able to just leave the car packed for the next show. We'll see. Bye-bye.